everyone. So tonight is just going to be a fun get-together night. I know most of you and most of your stories are very fun, but there are even some of you who I don't get to talk to very often. But something that is really important to me is building a good team culture. We are all taking advantage of this wonderful opportunity. These products obviously are helping all of us in different ways, and it's always encouraging to hear how it's helping our friends and other teammates and just kind of spurs us along. But then also just to know that we're not doing this alone, that we have so many friends doing this business with us that are working on this every day and have big dreams and big goals for their lives. So I will start and then we'll kick it off. I'll just call a name out and we'll go around the room and kind of just get to know each other a little bit. I think it's really important as well, like more we can get, the more we can get, like, obviously interaction with each other person to person, but then also on the team page, it just makes such a difference if you've kind of heard why people started and where they're coming from and what their goals are, to know how to encourage each other, to know what to even do, to give each other that extra push in the time of need. So that's kind of what my goal is for tonight. And hope you guys enjoy it as much as I'm going to. I can't wait to hear everyone's little stories. Okay, so my name is Sally, and I live right now in Snellville, Georgia, actually, Grayson, little 40 minutes northeast of Atlanta, for those of you not familiar with this area up here. And I signed up with Abby Kappa, which most of you know at least a little bit because she posts on her page all the time, and hopefully you're on her page as well. So I actually met Abby when she came on a short-term mission trip to Zambia. I met her very briefly, and it wasn't, that was 3.5 years ago. So obviously she wasn't even involved in Plexus then, but the Lord has a funny way of bringing things back around. And when I moved back from Zambia with our family, it was in 2015, summer of 2015, and I hadn't been living in America since way before I was pregnant. And so all of my America clothes would not really fit. And I did not have a big bank account at that point to be able to go shopping for new clothes. And so I was looking for something to help me get healthier, to kind of give me something to do. And so I started following her for about 2 months, didn't ever like or comment anything, just kind of stalked her a little bit, and eventually signed up for those reasons. The results I've seen, I did get back into my pre-pregnancy clothes, still able to wear those. Like I always tell people though, maybe on the scale, I've lost less than 10 pounds over the last year, but I can fit into the clothes that I thought I would have had to have lost 30 pounds to fit into. So just another testament to how these products really change our bodies, even if the scale's not moving. So that is just one small thing. My energy, I slept better within my first month, and my stomach issues are totally gone. I can go to a restaurant and eat whatever I want and not fear that I'm going to have to go to the bathroom before we leave the restaurant, or, my stomach's going to hurt the next day or anything like that. So that was a big life disruptor for me all through high school and college, and my early married life, pretty much forever since high school. So those are just some things that's done for me. Let me get back in here. And my goals and dreams, obviously, to continue on, to have my whole family be healthier, to be able to share these products with people that really need it. As far as my financial goals and business goals, I would love to be Emerald by the end of this year. And my big, hairy, audacious goal would be to be Diamond by convention next year when we, I don't know where convention will be, but wherever it is, it's in June, and I would love to be Diamond by then. And it's doable. It's totally doable because all of you guys are going Emerald and going to Hawaii next year. So we'll all just climb the ladder together. So that's me. That's my little 4 points of who I am. And let's just go around the table. We'll start with Lisa Allred. I feel like should we do like snaps for each other when we're done? Like, way to go, guys. Snap, snaps.
Hey, guys. I'm Lisa Allred, and I live in Wake Forest, North Carolina, about 10 miles from Raleigh, and I've been here almost 3 months. Moved here from Macon, Georgia. My sponsor is Sally, and Sally's my daughter-in-law. Her crazy husband is my son. And so when Sally and I talked about this summer, I guess last summer when she got started, and we were both really wanting to lose some weight. Sally got started and she started talking to me about it. And most of you might have seen my video. I have rheumatoid arthritis and sarcoidosis in my sinuses and my lungs. And Sally started sending me all this stuff about how Plexus was going to help my RA and my asthma issues. And so Jeff and I hopped on truthfully to help Brandon and Sally out financially, because it was a way for us to help them. And I thought, we'll see about this stuff and what happens. I had talked to another friend who was already doing Plexus and was interested in it, but I really just jumped in to try to help them. And took the Slim for about 6 weeks and then started taking the Triplex. And 3 weeks after I started taking the Triplex, I was pain-free. And I take Remicade for my RA, and I haven't had Remicade since May because we moved to North Carolina. We were without insurance for a month, and I don't know. I mean, if I need it, I'll go back on it. I haven't seen a rheumatologist in about 3 months because I've got to get a new one, blah, blah, blah. Am I in a little pain? I have some aches in my joints, but nothing like it would have been a year ago. The other little thing I want to tell you that some of you may not know is I've been an administrator for the last 10 years, and when we moved here, I've gone back into the classroom, and I'm teaching at a high school, standing on my feet all day long every day. And at the end of the day, my legs are sore because I'm out of shape, but I'm still able to come home and cook supper and do all those things, even with RA. And I know in my heart, I've said to another friend of mine who has RA, who's also on Plexus, I know I couldn't have done this a year ago. I couldn't have taken this job because I couldn't have stood on my feet for 8 or 9 hours a day. So those are my results, and they've been amazing. I've lost about 20 pounds, but I've gone down a lot more in dress sizes than I have in the weight I've lost. My goals, I'd love for this to be our retirement plan. I've taught for 30 years, and I'd love to be able to stay home and be able to drive to Snellville and see some people that I love, or drive to DC and see some other people that I love instead of working. And so that's a goal. I would love to be Emerald by June or July, so I can go to Hawaii next year. And my hairy audacious goal would be to be Diamond by next December. And that's me.
Awesome. Obviously, I love that one. It's near and dear to my heart. Okay, I'm just going around clockwise. I know we probably all have a different order on our screen, but Kenan and Kelly, you are next on my screen.
Hi, we're Kenan and Kelly. Let me pull up the little list real quick. Where you live, right? Okay, we live in Loganville, Georgia, which is the next town over from Snellville, where Sally lives. We signed up, I guess, under Brandon technically, but Sally. And then why we got started was we struggled to get pregnant with our first daughter. We did fertility treatments, and I was put on tons of medicines, tons of synthetic hormones, and I have PCOS, and I was put on metformin. And honestly, the only reason why I started was the only reason I just did not want to go back on metformin. It was the worst drug I've ever taken in my life, and I hated it so much. So I had heard all these stories about how Plexus helped women with PCOS. So, it was just desperation. So we did. I started it long before Kenan did, but and results that we've seen are, we've got a little result right here, little Dammy. we had only a 4% chance of getting pregnant on our own, and Plexus helped me get pregnant. And I mean, I could go on and on about the results I've seen.
Your banana allergy.
Yeah, I can eat bananas now. I was allergic to them prior to starting the triplex. I lost all my baby weight in 2 weeks. Hey-o. But yeah, I could go on and on. You have some results too, so.
Yeah, I struggled with really bad shoulder pain. I pulled my shoulder muscle 6 years ago, really bad. I fell out of a 60-foot boom lift, and I caught myself, but it popped my shoulder out. And about once a month for a week straight, I would just be in like excruciating pain. Kelly would have to like roll me out of bed and stuff because I wouldn't be able to move. It hurt so bad, but ever since I started taking the triplex, all the inflammation is gone out of my shoulder, and I haven't pulled it since I started taking the triplex. So that's huge for me because I own a contracting company. So that's probably the main result for me.
Yeah. And then our goal, I mean, obviously, our goal would be to be diamond. That would be amazing. All
the diamonds just got free Ray-Bans, so in Hawaii. So I want some free sunglasses.
But yeah, I would say by the end of the year we'd like to be senior gold.
I say Ruby. She says senior gold.
Well, he's a red personality. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I would say at least senior gold, hopefully Ruby,
That'll work.
by the end of the year. And then I would say a year from now be emerald. So those are our big goals.
Yep.
Yay! Snap, snap. I think love it. All right, Allison. Alan, you are next on my screen.
You may have to unplug your headphones because we can't hear you. I got nothing. Does anybody hear anything?
I don't have any other tries except for to unplug the headphones. That's what, because Jennifer was having that issue last time.
Uh-oh. And you've got you're not muted.
Let's move on and we'll try and figure it out just so. I always say Erin Newman, but that's just because I know you. Erin Newman Bach.
That's okay. I still call you Sally Hawkins, even though I know you're not. So I'm Erin Bach, and I signed up under Sally, and I started because I didn't want to be miserable anymore. I was exhausted all the time, every day. My whole body hurt every day, and it was just, I had headaches, and just everything just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I prayed for something to give and just for some help, and I just kept seeing Sally's post. I'm like, is this the only thing on my news feed? Is there nobody else that I'm friends with? And I was like, okay. And so I signed up, and it's been amazing ever since. So I live in Houston, Georgia, by the way, which is like Brazelton, if you know where that is. Some of the results I've seen, well, I'm not in pain anymore. I do have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disorder. So that causes a lot of fatigue and a lot of other issues. But so I don't have, my whole body doesn't hurt anymore. I don't have headaches anymore. I have a regular cycle. I don't have PMS. I don't have, almost never have cramps anymore. What else? Oh, I sleep really good. I don't wake up 5 times to go to the bathroom. But gosh, let's see. Oh, I don't have to pick and choose what I want to do every day. I don't have to pick, okay, do I play with my kids today or do I clean the kitchen? Like, I can play with my kids and I can clean the kitchen and I don't have to take a nap anymore. So that was huge. I had to take a nap every single day. Like, there was no not taking a nap. There's nothing. Like, I wouldn't even be able to function if I didn't take a nap. So I think I've taken 5 naps since the end of February, and 2 of those were because I had a stomach bug. So that's pretty life-changing. So that's crazy. Oh, my nails and my hair are growing so much. My skin's better. I don't know, I could go on and on. But I also have been going to the doctors because they thought I had rheumatoid arthritis in addition to my Hashimoto's. And I just found out today that And I know it's because of the triplex, because it's changed everything. But I'm like borderline. So she's like, we're not doing anything right now. You're doing good, and we don't have to start on anything. Just come back in 6 months. So I know that's because of plexus. I'm just so happy, and I don't even want to think about where I'd be without it. And I'm just so thankful. Sorry, I'm a hot mess. But anyway. Okay, so my goals and my dreams, I just want to help as many people like that were felt like I do, because for people who feel like that every day, it's horrible. And I know now something that can help, and I just want to share that with other people and give them hope and give them their life back. So that's my goal and that's my dream. I would also like to, earn a little money on the side too, but that would be extra. So we shall see.
Love that. Thank you, Erin. Sheesh. Okay, next on my screen is Mark. You guys are blessing my socks off. Mark, you gotta unmute yourself. If you don't see, I think I can do it. Hold on. It may be hard to do from the iPad. Let me find you. There you are. Gotcha.
Okay. My name is Mark Cosma. I live in Snellville, Georgia. And I'm married to my beautiful wife, Wendy. I'm going to pull up the questions here because I can't remember them. But I signed up under Ken and Locke, who threatened to beat me up if I didn't sign up. So I decided I would sign up. But no, Kennan's my son-in-law, Kelly's my daughter, and Wendy and I figured we would like to do something that would help them financially also. So hence that's why we signed up. The results that I've gotten so far have been pretty good. I like playing baseball, and I like to be able to throw a baseball. I haven't been able to throw a baseball for years now because I have really bad joint pain. And I figured I was the poster child for inflammation at my age, and I thought it's only going to get worse. So Kelly kept talking to Wendy about having me try plexus, having tried a triplex. And I just kind of in one ear and out the other with the advice. And then I thought, what the heck? I don't have anything to lose. So I started taking the probiotic. That was it. That's all I started taking was the Probio 5. And within 2 days, I noticed that my pain levels were way down. And I thought, man, I must just be having a good pain day. It can't be that good. And so I kept taking the Probio 5 for about 3 weeks, and I realized that my pain level is way down, and it's starting to go away. And I thought, okay. I did a little research, started reading up on leaky gut, and found out that leaky gut is responsible for a whole host of different autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. And I guess after about 3 weeks, almost going into a month of taking Probio 5, I realized that it's the probiotic that's making me, hurt less and everything like that. And I'm starting to feel a lot better too. So then I started taking the whole triplex at that point. I haven't even signed up yet at that point, and I started taking the triplex, and within a couple of weeks of taking the whole triplex combo, I told Wendy, I said, I haven't felt this good in 20 some odd years. And I said, I feel like I did back in my mid 30s, and I still feel that way. And it's all because of the triplex and healing my gut and everything like that. So along with not having pain anymore, because I don't wake up hurting anymore. So I've also lost 18 pounds. I've lost about an inch off my waist. And so this is all just great things that have happened because of triplex and taking the products. So as far as why I'm doing this, number one, I guess when you find something that works as well as it does, as well as the Plexus products do, you want to tell people. And this was something that I could really sink my teeth into. I've been involved in other network marketing things before, and this was one that I just really could sink my teeth into because I see the benefit of it. I see the benefit of Plexus products with my friends, my family, and you just want to tell other people about it and let them, you want them to be healthy and feel as good as you do. So that was major motivation right there. Also, goals and dreams. I would like to be gold by the end of this month, and I'd like to be a senior gold by the end of the year, and then from there going into Ruby. So I've got some goals set ahead of me and all that. I know I got a lot of work to do, and I got a lot of growing to do also. But so far the journey has been very, very good, and I'm just kind of glad that Sally has shared this opportunity with enough people that I know that it's eventually affected me and my family. So thanks, Sally.
Thanks. I love you guys. Okay, so my screen rearranged, so I'm going to work my way back up to the top and just kind of hit people that I have missed already. Where did you go, iPad? There you are. Sorry. Let me remute Marky there. All right, Wynn, I'm going to call on you because you moved back to the top of my screen. Wynn's turn.
Okay. My screen went dark. Okay, so my name is Wynn. I live in Bethlehem, Georgia. It's not far from Athens. It's a little 20 minutes from where Sally is in Grayson. So
Go dogs.
Yes, go dogs. I signed up under Brandon technically, but I think it was Sally doing it. She's working her husband too. So why I signed up or why I started. I have been, or me and my husband have been trying to get pregnant for 5 years, and had no success. And so and I'm overweight, and I know that, and I want to lose weight and get my hormones balanced. So that's kind of why. So my results, I've lost 15 pounds, about 11 inches on my waist. I have eczema here and on my ring finger, and that's gone. And I sleep a whole lot better at night.
Wait. Shut up. 11 inches in how short of amount of time?
I've been started in July.
Shut your face.
So, yes, I have. I've worked my butt off. This Plexus has made me want to exercise because I don't like exercising, but who does, really? So, those few people that do like to exercise, good for you. But yeah, the eczema's gone. I'm sleeping better all through the night. I don't have to worry about what am I doing tomorrow? And all the things I worry about before I go to bed. So I can go right to sleep. So that's a great thing. I'm, another thing I want like I said, my hormones to balance. So when I saw Kelly's story, it kind of also got me started and was like, hey, okay, Sally, you're right. Kelly, this is amazing. So let's just get started and see what these products could do for us with getting pregnant. So my goal is to be senior gold by the end of the year and emerald in time for Hawaii next year. So, but I also have PCOS, so that's why all the problems with getting pregnant. So, yeah, that's it.
And when was one of the first people I ever talked to about Plexus? Right when I started was when Brandon and I were doing those worship mornings out on the side of the highway. When we first moved back from Zambia, we were trying to bring Zambian culture to America. And
oh, it was so fun. I miss it.
She was there faithfully every time. And I was talking to her every morning. I was like, "When you got to try this pink drink, you got to try it." She's like, "Okay, Sally." So 9 months later, she finally hopped on. So don't give up on people. It can still change their lives, even if it takes a year or 2 years. Love you, Wynn. Thank you for that. Mary Catherine,
Sally.
you're below Wynn. Let's go.
Okay, I'm Mary Catherine, and I signed up under Sally. I think I'm her first ambassador. Is that right? Okay. So it was in October of last year, so I'm coming up on my Plexiversary. And she talked to me for 6 weeks at least, maybe, and it was like every 3 days she would follow up with me, and I legit put her off. I didn't want to listen to the recordings that she sent me, and I didn't, I tried this, I tried that, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And so finally I wanted to support her because we did support her and Brandon when they were in Zambia. And now that they were back, we weren't supporting them through the missionary thing. And I was like, fine, I will try your snake oil. Stop talking to me about it and I will try it. And so I did, and I just knew full well that I was going to be able to prove to her that it did not work for me. And here we are almost a year later. So let's see, the results that I've seen. All right, well, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but that's old me. Can you see it at all? And this is me now. Anyways, the scale has not moved much for me, but the inches have definitely changed for me. And all of that aside, and sorry, gents, but for the first time in 22 years, I'm having a normal cycle. I also have PCOS. I was a non-ovulator. It took my husband and I almost 3 years to get pregnant. And that was 3 years of active trying with medical intervention and doctors and everything that you can think of. I also hate metformin. So anyways, I feel you, girl. So having normal cycles was something that was totally bizarre to me. I actually started taking it when my twins were 16 months old. And the moment where I said, this stuff is probably legit, is when my son started sleeping through the night. So I was still breastfeeding, and he was still waking up 3 times a night at 16 months old to nurse. And I was getting 0 sleep. I was not functioning at work. And legit for 16 months, like I had never slept more than 3 or 4 hours at a time ever in that whole time. And so 2 weeks in, and the kid sleeps 10 hours, and I'm like, wait a minute. And he has ever since, which is just absolutely bizarre to me. And so now that I'm not nursing as much, they totally get some of my pink drink because mama's got to sleep. I have seen my eczema get a whole lot better. My skin has cleared up. And then I would show you, but he's in his birthday suit over here. But my husband has had some great results too. He started Triplex in February, and by April he was running 5Ks. He was down 30 pounds. He had the energy to go work out and wanted to run. He's got his first marathon in November, and as of January this year, he didn't exercise at all. Like, we didn't get out of the house. We had a gym membership we hadn't used in 3 months. So that's really, really exciting. And then, yes, I used to keep Tums by the bed every night. In order to lay down, I would have reflux. And so in order to be able to lay down and sleep at night, I would have to take 2 or 3 Tums every single night. And I have not had a single Tums in 10 months. So that was pretty big too. So yay, soft clap. All right, really quickly, because I know we're headed out of town. My goals and dreams. My husband and I were talking earlier today about how much private school is going to cost, and 2 kids at the same time, and car insurance and cars, and 2 college, all at the same time. And I mean, we're middle class folks. We make a decent living for the city of Macon, but there's no room for any type of advancement in my job or really in his at all. So this would be it. This is all we have to make pretty much for the rest of our lives, with me at a 0% raise over the past 6 years and him at a 2% raise over the past 6 years. And so I just knew that there was something else that I had to risk, and I had to go out and I had to do. And so I'm doing this for my family. I want to be able to bless my kids with gymnastics classes in the private school that Michael and I went to, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and none of those things are going to happen unless I have something like this. And so Plexus has been a blessing for me, and I am currently gold. I've been gold for a while. So the jump, yeah, I hear you, Lisa. The jump to senior gold's been kind of rough, but it'll come soon. I hope to be almost to Ruby by the end of the year. And I am totes going to Hawaii next year with my husband. So that is my goal.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, Mary Catherine was my first ambassador, and then Lisa was my second. And then, yeah, the other 2 are not on the call right now, but yeah, those are my firsties. All right, Allison, did we figure out your voice stuff? You're next on my screen.
I think so. Can you hear me now? Is there an echo? Okay. So there's an echo for me. So if I stutter, you just have to forgive me. So I live in Fort Valley, which is about 40 minutes southwest of Macon. And technically my mom is my sponsor, but Mary Catherine is my go-to girl, because my mama doesn't know what Mary Catherine knows. So, hold on. I'm getting a horrible echo, so I was just hoping that maybe my phone.
Yeah, I think you're signed in on 2 devices. That's why. Yeah.
So I can see. I like it better on my computer, so I can just sit here and look.
Gotcha.
So anyway, so I was complaining to my mom Memorial Day weekend that I was exhausted all the time. I couldn't even function. I didn't want to walk down we were at the beach. I didn't want to walk down the beach. I didn't want to do anything. All I wanted to do was sit in my chair and watch the kids play. And then it was hard for me to wash dishes and do laundry because I just was so exhausted all the time. And then on top of that, having to take care of the kids, I was just like, I need a nap and I can't work out. And I like to work out. Sorry, Wynn, I'm one of those. I like to work out. So I just was like, this cannot be normal. And my mom said, okay, here, I've got you some Plexus pink drink. And I was like, are you serious? Because I've been seeing people's posts on Facebook about that stuff, and I just don't think it could be real. And so she gave me 7 days worth, and I swear I felt a difference the first day. I was able to feel motivated enough to get up and move and do stuff and hang out with my kids and play in the ocean. And so anyway, after a few months, I started taking, well, 2 months, I started taking the triplex. And I'm like, Kenan, I have had this old softball injury in my shoulder, and I haven't been able to throw a ball without pain in 5 years. And I have to play with my son. And so all of a sudden, I started noticing this difference in my shoulder. And I can throw and I can hit the ball, and it does not hurt at all. And Mary Catherine doesn't even know that until now, because I haven't told her that, because this has just recently started happening, because I just recently started taking the triplex. And I keep looking over here because there's my triplex, and you should be able to see it too. Just kidding. And I have lost 6 pounds since I started in June with the Slim. And so that's my why and my results and my goals. So I'm going to be senior gold by the end of this year, and I'm going to Hawaii next year. And I'm super excited about it, because I told Greg today that we are going to Hawaii and Plexus is going to pay for it. So he's excited.
Yay! That's awesome. I didn't realize I was unmuted that whole time. Sorry if y'all heard my Okay, love it, love it, love it. I got to meet Allison for the first time when we did the event last weekend in Macon, so it was a treat. Alrighty, down the next we will do Brittany.
Hi. Okay, so I'm Brittany, and I signed up, well, I saw Sally posting about Plexus, like, I think it was in January, and I was so curious because I've known who Sally is from a distance for like half my life, really. But I never was close to her. I don't think we ever even had a conversation, but we were Facebook friends. I admired her in chorus from like 6th grade on. So anyway, so we were Facebook friends after I graduated high school. And so I kind of watched her, you know, like you do with Facebook friends that you don't really know in person, but you know of. And so I would just scroll through, you know, through the years and just see her occasionally. So I knew what she was doing, and I knew that, like, I knew when she got married, and I knew when she went to Zambia to do the missions trip. So I knew she was a good person, which I'd always known. I also have like a really strong sense about people, so I trust that sense. And when she started posting about Plexus, I've done network marketing before, so I had sworn it off for like a couple years. And then I started thinking about it. It was in the back of my mind, like, I need to make extra income, but I don't know what to do. And so when she started posting about it, I was very curious, because I never, ever thought that she would be the type of person to do that. So I saw it, and then I think like maybe the first post I ever saw was your business card, Sally. And I was like, what? Like, what is Plexus? So so then I looked into it, and I kept paying attention to her posts. And I think it took the same amount of time for me to reach out to Sally as it did for Sally to reach out to Abby. Because I watched for a few weeks, and then I messaged her, and I was like, okay, I don't even know what I said, but I was kind of like, all right, tell me about this. What is this? And I just loved the hashtag healthy from the inside out, because I knew about Advocare. I knew about It Works. I had taken Spark the summer before, last summer, and I really liked it for about a month. And then it didn't have any effect on me at all after that, because it's a stimulant, and my body became immune to it. So I knew it wasn't something that was actually healing my body, although it has vitamins in it. So I was very curious about Plexus, and curiosity was really kind of what got me. I was dealing with some depression at the time, and I didn't want to take medication for it. And so after several weeks, and after I bought a little week sample from her, I finally decided to try the full triplex as a customer because I was sure that it wasn't going to work for me, and I had to have that 60-day money-back guarantee. And so I tried it, and the first thing I noticed was like 3 days in was that I didn't feel depressed. It had been about 3 days since I had felt depressed, and I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. Kind of cool, but I was like, it's still not really a big deal. And then the next thing I noticed was I was having more natural energy. I didn't have to have caffeine, and so I wasn't drinking coffee every day. And then the next thing was I wanted to move more, which was a big deal because I used to work out all the time in high school. And then in college, I broke my foot in a car accident, and it just, being on crutches for 6 weeks really kind of just took that desire out of me, and something, I don't know. So I didn't really have that natural desire anymore to work out, but Plexus kind of made me want to move again, which was really, really cool. And other things that I've noticed, I just, at around that same time, I grew closer to God, which was awesome. And I'm not saying that was Plexus, but it was just a really cool, everything was kind of happening at one time. Like I felt like I was growing healthier physically and spiritually and mentally, emotionally. So it was nice. I also, back to the physical side, I was having less cramps during my cycle. I still have a lot less cramps. I've taken ibuprofen a handful of, like, the small amount of time since I started taking the triplex at the end of March. So that's a blessing. And I also only wake up like once a night to pee, which is so cool because it's annoying to have to get up like 4 or 5 times. So that's really cool. Overall, I just feel better. I love it. Feel better. Okay. And then goals. I am silver right now, and okay.
You can't like skip over your hands.
Oh, my hands. I thought you were saying like 10 minutes. Okay, so I developed eczema on my hands about 6 months after I had my son, and so it's been a back and forth. When I first started taking it, the eczema just totally cleared up, and then it came back like 2 months later. It came back, and it was there for like a month, and then it went away again, and now this hand is completely good. Like there's no inflammation, like it's all good. And my right hand, for some reason, I'm still, well, not for some reason, it's stress. There's a lot going on. So, but yeah, I still deal with it on one hand, but it's cool. And I know now that my diet is a huge factor. I know that I have to stay away from dairy. So I've learned things about my gut that I didn't know about before. So I'm really thankful for that. And it's much better than it was. So yes, eczema. I don't have eczema on my legs anymore. I did have that before. It would pop up occasionally, and it's not been on my legs since I started taking the triplex. So that it's awesome. And goals and dreams. I also would love to be senior gold by the end of the year, so that I can get that head start on that gold to emerald jump, because I also want to go to Hawaii. But more than going to Hawaii, I just need to make more income. Like, I need to make more income. So that was originally why I wanted to do a network marketing thing in the first place, but I couldn't do anything that I wasn't passionate about. And I was passionate about Plexus because I want people to be healthy, like truly healthy. Quick weight loss is not something that's healthy. That's not something that I could promote. And also, you know, synthetic energy is nothing that I wanted to promote either. Even though I loved it, I love being super happy and enthusiastic and lots of energy. It's not something that I want for other people. I want other people to have healing. So that's me.
Yay. Thank you, Brittany. Snap, sweet. Okay. Jennifer, your turn.
Hello. I got here late, so I'm sad. I'm hoping this is recorded so I can go back and listen to everyone. But my name is Jennifer. I live, Jennifer Melroy. I live in Savannah, Georgia. From Lisa's original home and Sally's old temporary home. So they're both my cousins. And I'm very thankful for them because thanks to Sally finding Plexus, she helped Lisa find Plexus, which helped me find it. And so Lisa signed me up. I watched their posts, watched Sally's post. Great that, she's involved in that. That's good. I've heard people like it, never considered that it would really be for me. I just sort of thought I didn't need it because I didn't know all the benefits that it had. I think I thought of it as like mostly a weight loss thing and a means of income for Sally, which both of those things are great. I just didn't feel like I was in need of that at that time. Who knew that I could have been on it during my pregnancy, like all these things that I missed out on, which is fine because everything's fine. I'd watch it. And then what really got me was when Lisa posted her testimonial video about her improvement in rheumatoid arthritis symptoms and asthma symptoms. And that was just unbelievable to me, to the point that I'm like, I'll have what she's having. I don't care what ailments I do or don't have. I'm taking that because I trust these people and she's not going to lie about this stuff. And it's just like, of course I had gotten wind by that time that it was, but I'm so thankful that she shared that because not only do I feel better having taken it, but I get to offer it to other people, which basically leads to why I started. I started not really for myself. I started to try to force my husband to take it, which, as lots of you may know, is not the best method because I don't have a funnel to put down his throat. But he's been pretty compliant in the last couple months with me, but he sort of pretended he was. Like, he was like, yeah, okay. And then it was like he'd never take it. So, and he's a doctor, so he's a real pain in the neck about any natural supplement because they know everything, right? They are like, went to medical school and we're just like Plexus weirdos. But it's been very interesting and I think helpful to have myself being a nurse and him being a doctor, to have welcome. I love putting that sometimes on my posts because even though Plexus might not be for every, and I think it's great to have people that have a medical background that are like huge skeptics that come in and they want to research the heck out of everything. They want to ask you 1,000 trillion questions. They want to understand the physiology and the, the chemical of process of everything, the chemistry of it, I guess. And so that was something that a little bit in me from being a nurse and now stay-at-home mom. I was like, oh, this is fun. Let me read about this. Let me read about this. 12 to 14-hour shift and leave my kids at home really was attractive to me. So I get to sort of be a nurse of sorts. I get to help people still, and it resonates with me a lot to do that. And then the second that you decide you want to do it, you meet all these people that are the same way. They might not be a nurse, but very special to me because it's a support group. And it's because I'm related to Lisa and that's in our blood, but also because it's so warm. It warms my heart because this world is so crazy all the time. And so it is very much a refuge to come back to people to reassure you that you're doing the right thing or to be a support for you in a lot of ways. And I feel like that's why I started. And I also was a person who, as a stay-at-home mom, tired, whatever. And it's funny because even though I was aware of those things leading into my results, I was aware of those things, but until they were gone, I couldn't appreciate how significant they were. So I started Plexus. Basically, I think the first thing I bought was the cream for my dad, right? And he said, he liked it. It worked pretty well. He's probably sometimey with it. He said he liked using it. And I really saw a difference in his hands. His eczema is what we got it for. And I think I started the remember if I started the triplex second. But either way, it's funny because the triplex, I was inconsistent with it initially. I was not highly motivated. I didn't truly believe in it was going to help me. Like, I believed it helped a lot of people, and I was like optimistic in that, I was hopeful, I should say, but I was still skeptical. So the more I learned about it, then I stayed on the slim. I was consistent with the slim because that resonated with me. My mom's a type 2 diabetic, and when they said this was research for type 2 diabetics and it does the stabilizing of blood sugar, which affects yada, 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 I was like, that I can see where that would be spot on. So it was easy for me to embrace that. And so anyway, long story long, I feel lots of good results, although I didn't have any pre-existing like diagnoses that I can say have changed completely. But, that just goes to show you that even if you don't have big labels, big diagnoses, you can still have a huge life change because I fall asleep easily. I don't lay in bed with my wheels turning like I know almost every person and every mother does. I sleep well when I sleep. My husband snores pretty loudly, which he always says, I need to lose weight, and won't snore as loud. And I'm like, well, you need to take Plexus, so whatever. So don't talk about it because I don't want to hear it. I don't really say that, but that's what I think. But I do sleep well, and so he doesn't wake me up as much, honestly. I think it's just that when you go in and out of those sleep cycles, you're not cued into like, I got to go use the bathroom. My husband's waking me up snoring. Like, you sleep through them, which is amazing. And it's 100% just like proven. I don't know what the heck people are talking about. No results, no trials, no studies, no whatever. It's like, talk to any person who's seen results from Plexus. That's all you need to do. And you can tell I've been going through a lot with this stuff recently, right? Because I'm all like, dang it. But it's so helpful. Wake up. That's my big thing. My big result is that I'll wake up awake. I used to walk through the house with my eyes shut. I would literally in my head have to try to talk myself into the fact that I did enjoy take care of my children. I love taking them to school. So stop pretending or stop feeling like you hate it, because when I would wake up in the morning, I would dread my day every day. And, it's funny because I'm like, what is wrong with me? And I would tell my husband, but what's so bad is that it's serious. Like, it really drags you down to start your day that way every single day, especially when you know that you don't really feel that way and you can't understand why you can't, jag yourself out of that. So that's been great, and increased energy throughout the day. Of course, I haven't had a migraine since I've been regular on triplex. I honestly can't remember when I had one last. If I had enjoyed a couple glasses of wine that didn't agree with me, which basically never happens, but that Plexus is not going to fix that. That is called, you avoid the things that make you have a headache. Like if you have a eczema from dairy, obviously you're not going to eat dairy. But that said, no migraines, no classic migraines, which is unbelievable because I'll be 42 in October. And Lisa, you know how old that means you are. So I have been having them. That's right. 10 well, we won't tell. But anyway, I have been having migraines since I was 23. So do the math. I mean, I'm going on 20 years of migraines basically, and now I'm at a point where I won't even make 20 years. So that's huge because even though my headaches were not as debilitating as lots of people's, they're definitely, terrible. And so I'm happy. And I just meant to say I want to stay at home with my kids and contribute to my household income as a stay-at-home mom for the last almost 12 years. I haven't done that, and it's really exciting to me to think that I might be able to do that. And it makes me proud of myself, which I haven't gotten to be in a really long time, even though I'm proud of my children. But I do enjoy the aspect of it. And my goals and dreams, well, as Lisa well knows, I have not turned in a goals and dreams to her because I feel like a numbskull putting goals and dreams down. I don't know why. But I have to do it now. So here are my goals and dreams. I would love to be senior goal by the end of the year. I think the reason I don't put goals and dreams down is because I can't wrap my brain around, is that reasonable? Or even if it's not reasonable, like, can I even do that? Because I'm not gonna, blow smoke. I like to be totally straight up black and white. I'm a very black and white person. So I think I could do that if I work. And I've been trying to keep that up because I had a momentum going and lost a tiny bit of steam, especially with some, stuff I've been dealing with ambassadors, trying to help them. I get a little bogged down in that side of the work, but I do enjoy helping them. So I'm fine with it, really. I just want to try to keep myself in line and keep on keeping on. And I suppose I'd like to join all of you in Hawaii. So, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, but I don't know, like, so that's me. And I hope it wasn't too rambly.
Love you, Jennifer. Jennifer's husband is actually the one who did my sinus surgery. He is a incredible ENT, teaches the world. He is fantastic. We love them so much. Thank you, Jennifer. All right, who do we have left? My screen keeps switching around. Stephanie, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Okay. Hey, I am Stephanie. I am from Blackshear, Georgia. Most of y'all have probably never heard of that. We are about an hour and a half, 2 hours southwest of Savannah. So perspective on the state. I signed up in February under Sally. I had been watching her post. Actually, about 3 years ago, I tried 2 3-day samples from one of my friends, and I'm like, oh, I love this. And I was going to jump on it, but at that time, cost was an issue. I was also in another direct marketing company at that time that you have to provide that inventory and parties is like a good thing. And at that point, I was like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this. So I just sort of pushed it off. Probably about a year ago, one of my other friends had been taking Plexus. He had had some great successes, lost weight, got healthy. And so I asked him questions and he gave me stuff. And I'm like, I may think about that in a few months. Well, when I started thinking about it, I started seeing a lot of Sally's posts. And I've known Sally since I was in middle school. She was probably early high school, from music camp. And I'm like, I trust Sally. I've always admired her. So I'm like, why would I choose to go under somebody or buy from somebody that I kind of knew, but I would rather do from somebody I trust? But my reasons were I wanted to be healthy, number one. When I joined in February, my little boy was almost 1. He was a week or 2 away from being 1. After I quit breastfeeding last year, I put on some of the pounds back that I had lost from being pregnant. And so my clothes were getting tight. Needed something to help with that. So I was like, that's what I'll do Plexus. I will see how it helps. So far, I have so much more energy. I sleep so much. I used to be, every time my husband rolled over, I would wake up. Now I can sleep through the night, and I don't even know when he gets out of the bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to be one of those that every time you eat, you would have like a food baby and you'd be bloated. So I have not had any of that. So that has been very, very wonderful. With working a 8:30 to 5 job, living 45 minutes from my work, having an 18-month-old, a vinyl business I do, I still have the energy to come home and cook and clean and stay up till whatever time of the night I decide to go to bed. But one of the other main things is I'm PCOS here too. And so I have had a lot of hormonal issues and all, but the past 3 to 4 months, it's like my cycle started and I'm like, oh, where did that come from? Because I did not have any symptoms. It just did its own little thing. My dreams and my goals, my goal is to be senior Ruby. Not that far. Senior gold by the end of the year. But my reasons for pursuing Plexus in my dreams is to be able to provide financially for my family, to be able to do things that I never got to do as a child. Go on vacations or do things and not have to worry about, well, is that in the budget? You know, am I going to have to not pay something to do that? So where's that going to fit? And this month, I looked at in my back office earlier today, and this month my paycheck was just probably 30 or 40 cents shy of doubling from last month. So I'm very, very excited about that. We'll get to go out to dinner this weekend to celebrate because my husband, his doubled too. So we're excited about that and excited about growing our teams and getting to share with other people how this has helped us.
Yay! All right. I think Jessica was the other one I was looking on that row. She must have had to hop off. And then Hazel, there you are. I see you up there. You can finish us out, and then we'll do a little good night speech before I let y'all go.
Hi, I'm Hazel Reddick, and I live in Augusta, Georgia. I am under Lisa, and I signed at the end of April, just because I tried a 7-day trial pack, and within 3 days of taking it, I was no longer hurting. I was sleeping better. So I went ahead and signed up, and it's been, my husband's on it, on the triplex. I'm on the triplex. I have lost, I guess, 3 inches. My husband is a diabetic, type 2 diabetic. He is off one of his medicines. And all 3 of my kids are on the bio cleanse and the probiotic. And two of my children don't have to take meds for ADD anymore. I get emotional here. So it has really changed their life. I'm sober now, off and on. The ambassadors I have aren't really working the business. I hope to go sober again by December. And just kind of letting me learn more about myself. So that's pretty much all.
Hazel, thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, good Lord, just the health testimonies within your family are enough to sell me if I wasn't on it already. Sharon, Hazel, that's amazing. I just want to thank you all so much for sticking with us tonight. I know it's been a long night, but how incredible was this? Like, not only just getting to hear each other talk and, you know, I just so strongly feel, we see each other's faces all the time, whether it's posting on the threads or on our team page, and just to know where we're coming from, what we've already come through, and to be able to celebrate with each other and come alongside of each other even more, just knowing a little bit more about each other. So thank y'all for sticking on and for caring enough about each other to want to hear what we had to say tonight. I love you guys. I honestly love this team, like handpicked by the Lord, I know, for me to be able to do this with you. And I am so thankful that you have all trusted me in some form or fashion, and I know that I would not be able to be that person without Jesus in me. So thank you for all the sweet things that you have said tonight. And again, I'm just so thankful that it has ended up being such a blessing for all of you, because that's been my prayer from the very beginning, is I didn't want to do this just to make money off of people, and I didn't want to sell something that wasn't going to help people, because you don't spend 2.5 years on the mission field and then come home and want to peddle some junk that doesn't work and ruin the Lord's reputation that he has built inside of you. So I'm very thankful to hear all of these beautiful stories of healing and redemption and all of that. So I love you guys so much. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whether you're headed to bed or spending time with your family. Just thank you for making the time for this. And this absolutely was recorded. I'll be sharing it on the team page and on our thread, but definitely show this to your teams. I think it's important to them not only to see what we have all experienced, but to see that there are people on our team that genuinely care about each other and care for them. And we want them to see the results. And the reason why we share, and the reason why we're posting on Facebook, and the reason why we're doing all of this, is because it's changed so much for us. So make sure your team sees this, and I'll make sure it's available for you to do that. I love you guys so much. Good night.